ferries, boats, and ships. If you want to travel and explore the sea, then you must be a great fan of all these objects. Well, do you know about Titanic? Because it was one of the most luxurious and fascinating ships. We all have a misconception that it was actually wrecked by an iceberg in its way. But do you know that what was the actual scientific reason behind the sinking of Titanic? Well, if you don't know, then stay tuned to Gateway to Knowledge to know how Aurora Borealis played an important role in the sinking of Titanic. Now you may be pondering that what is Aurora Borealis? It is a natural electrical phenomena that is characterized by the appearance of streams of red, green and white light in the sky, especially near the northern and southern magnetic pole. The effect is caused by the interaction of charged particles from the sun with atoms in the upper atmosphere. In northern and southern regions, it is respectively called the aurora borealis. Many independent weather researchers have suggested that it is possible that the aurora borealis interfered with navigational systems, making it difficult for the crew of Titanic to avoid crashing into an iceberg, which led to the ship sinking and the deaths of over 1,500 people. The Titanic sank on the night of April 15, 1912, and its legend lives on. But the question still remains regarding the failure of the crew to spot the iceberg in its path, while there was still time to turn and avoid a collision. The researchers suggest that the aurora borealis may have played a major role on that fateful night. By asking multiple eyewitnesses to the sinking of the Titanic, reported that the northern lights were quite prominent as the ship sank. The aurora's light on that night helped rescuers spot people in the lifeboats and in the water. There was no moon that night, and it would have been a much more difficult for the rescue team without the flickering green, purple, blue and red aurora lights. If the lights have been flickering on that night, then there might not have been a collision at all, because the aurora develops when the gas strikes the Earth's atmosphere, and those charged particles can also interfere with both magnetic and electrical signals. It is possible that the signals may have disrupted navigational equipment, preventing the crew from steering around an area known to have an iceberg. And the very same particles present in the aurora borealis may also have played havoc with communication to and from the Titanic, preventing the crew from receiving warnings about icebergs and from sending distress signals about the collision that occurred. Perhaps the worst of all was that those charged particles could have also disrupted the ship's compass, and only a deviation of about 0.5 degrees may have meant the difference between life and death. The official report on the sinking of Titanic blamed armature radio operators for generating the interference that disrupted communications to and from Titanic. The officials at that time didn't know about the kinds of communication disruptions that geomagnetic storms can produce. And if we consider this information today, then it seems like that the sinking of Titanic was due to aurora borealis. So yes, now you are on a more better position to answer this question, that why and how actually the Titanic sank. If you have any questions, then please let me know in the comment sections below, and I promise to get back to every single one.